Do I need an IT background to land my first Scrum job? Hello, welcome to the first Scrum chat room. I am your host, Dr. Francis Mbunya, and we are here to answer some real practical questions that is getting people really frustrated and making a lot of people lose courage. Some people feel like, oh, I don't have a background in IT. That's the reason why I'm unable to get my first job. Some people think, oh, I don't know Jira. That is why I can't get my first job. Some people think, oh, I need X number of years of experience in order to land my first job. Some people say, I think I don't have the practical, I don't have the courage. Are all of these things important? Yes. Do you really need any of that in order to become a Scrum Master? No. All right, before we move ahead, make sure that you subscribe and also make sure that you like and share. If this is benefiting you, it's definitely going to benefit someone. So the goal of the Scrum chat room is just for us to get together and talk about some of the basic stuff that we are ignoring that is stopping us from really getting our Scrum Master job. It's very easy, and one of the reasons why it's really important for us to talk about Scrum Master and reason why I started doing videos on Scrum Masters. If you check, I've not been doing videos for a long time. Is because um, about 38% of companies are transitioning from waterfall to agile, and the number are increasing, and many customers are requiring their providers to switch into the agile way of delivering. So it's the new shift, it's the digital shift, right? We are now in the digital age. When you look at the way the industry is moving, is the digital age. We just crossed the information age, which means people used to pay for information, but now you can get almost every information for free. So we're now the digital age, which is why getting a position as a Scrum Master is going to be really, really good for you. And I used to tell my student, hey, even if it means you invest in a year just to get that position, it is worth it. Right, just imagine that you invest in 3 years to get a bachelor, and after a bachelor, what do you get? Maybe a job that is getting you $20 an hour, $30 an hour. With all due respect, this is really, really great. But the Scrum Master position is something you start making at least $50 an hour. So it's a leadership position, so it's worth everything, which is why we really want to take some time and clarify some of the doubt that is holding some people back. Now, the first question I want to answer for today is, do I need an IT background to get an agile, to get a Scrum Master job? It's no. Now, many people misunderstand what we mean by IT background, and they feel like, oh, I need to go do AWS, I need to go do maybe database, I need to do cloud computing, I need to do maybe cyber security and all of that in order to have a background. Okay, the first thing, you don't need any of that. Now, what does it mean to have an IT background? If I work in project management, okay, I work with in project management for a very long time, and I've managed project which is all about mapping, right? When I was an environmentalist, I managed project which was about mapping. We kind of map out different areas and look at what is the geographical point, how do we connect this place to this place, kind of mapping out. That is IT. IT simply means using information technology. You're using your phone every day. It's IT. You use your phone for social media. You use your phone for maybe snapping a picture, putting it online. People start commenting, and someone reach out to you and say, "Hey, I saw your photo on this place, and where did you buy it?" That's IT, right? Now, I work as a Scrum Master. I work in a team where we kind of build an app that help companies to be able to book virtual room for their staff and for meetings and other stuff. Now that's IT. So IT doesn't really mean you need to go start building code, start writing code and other stuff. It simply means information technology. So for instance, I can say I have been in the IT field or have a background in IT for over 10 years. Can I defend that? Yes. I've been able to build solution that is helping people with sustainable lifestyle consumption, just building, designing the concept of app and other stuff. Now, can you back it? Yes. If someone say, hey, how many years of IT experience do you have? It doesn't mean that how many years have you been working with a computer. No. It simply means that what is your digital knowledge? What do you know about building digital product? Can you now Scrum Master is all about building product. That's the simplest way I can explain to you. It's about building product. Let's say that we want to build want to look for something really very close to me. All right, let's say that we want to build this headset, this kind of the Bluetooth headset, right? If you can see this. If I want to build this headset, this is a product I want to build. Now, who are those who designed this product? People from the IT field. Now, the customer says, I want a headset that I can be able to put in my ear and pick my calls without necessarily getting a long rope that connects from my phone to my ear. They sit down when they design. A team of people design it. Now, you as a Scrum Master, you're just facilitating. You're just making sure that the people are, because for them to build it, not just one person, the different people about a Scrum require maximum of 10 to 11 people a team coming together, and someone might be building the earpiece, someone might be building the other one. Now they need to coordinate, they need to come together. So your role as a Scrum Master is to facilitate meetings, to make sure that, all right, using the Scrum event, you can facilitate the planning the meeting. You're not the one writing out what they need to do. You're just making sure that they have everything in check, making sure you use the Scrum framework to guide them through. The person that actually does the technicality and every stuff is the product owner, which is, the product owner, right? Part of the Agile team. So when I review some of the resumes of people that are applying for Scrum Master, there's every reason that it's going to be very difficult for you to land a re-interview. Why? Because you cannot be a Scrum Master and you're saying, I write stories and make sure that the backlog is ordered. That is already a reason why they're not going to absorb you, because they know that you don't know your role. So you don't need IT background. One of the major, which I think is the number one reason I've seen, just by taking time for people that are reaching out to review their resume, is the fact that their resume, the way it is written, they cannot defend it. I was going through a resume about 2 days ago, and one of the resumes said, I help in transitioning the company from Kanban to Agile, right? Kanban to Agile. Okay, Kanban and Scrum are all framework within the Agile. So look at that. So you need to be able to understand exactly what they say. Or you can say, I help transition from waterfall to Agile. Now, transition from waterfall to Agile are done by Agile coaches and consultants. A Scrum Master doesn't have the capacity to do that. A Scrum Master manages a team. So when a recruiter see your CV, they pick up with the application tracking system, they send you to the interview, and the interviewer say, no, this person doesn't know what they're doing. And you can have a re-interview. So you don't need IT background. Secondly, your number one mistake for many people is their resume. They put in what they cannot defend. They put too much. Now, if I'm interviewing you based on your resume, not based on what you're telling me. So before you get to me, if I see that you put in 5 years of working experience, you've worked with 5 different teams, that is how I want to assess your knowledge. But if I see that you're a beginner, I'm assessing you based on the fact that you're a beginner. So many people are the one causing themselves not to even get a chance of interviewing. Your resume, you need to work on it. Now, other questions that always come in, people say, do I need Jira? Do I need to know Jira in order to be a Scrum Master? Yes and a no. Now, Jira is just a tool that is used in managing a backlog. Some company use Zoho, some company use Azu, some company use Rally, Some company use the many other tools, right? So if you interviewing and someone said, have you used Jira before? We use Jira. You don't say, oh no, I've not used Jira before, but I know how to use Microsoft Project. In my previous work, we used Microsoft Project. That is fine. They're all the same platform. But what if you have never used any of those? It doesn't even take you up to a day to learn how to use those too. There is a secret. If someone asks you if you know how to do something, say yes. We have University of YouTube, right? Just go in there. There's all the information is out there. You just need to be willing to learn. Now, the numbers of years a lot of people put in their resume are like frightening. Okay, what do I recommend? To lie on your CV? No. There is a way you can convert real experience you've had, maybe working as a head practitioner, and maybe you've handled some leadership role. You can be able to convert those years of experience into a leadership role based on the Agile environment, and you can defend that. So long as you can defend that, so long as you can talk with that comfortably, then you are good to go. Now, the reason why most of the job require you have numbers of years of experience, and almost less than 5% are going to accept a Scrum Master without any previous working experience, is just for the fact that you are working with expert, right? They don't want someone that has no background. Now, if you're putting anything on your resume, you should be able to defend what is in your resume. And you should be able to build your case study based on what is in your resume. So those are some of the limitations. Now, the third thing is that many people are in a rush. They don't practice a lot. You need to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice and practice until you're confident. If you want to be effective in practicing, you need to have a case study. What do I mean by a case study? For instance, if you say I work with company X, what project did you work on? What were you building? What are some of the challenges you were having in your team? You need to be able to practice, build, write it down, and read and study as you're studying your book. That's some of the stuff I do in my interview mastermind. And if you want to be part, check the description. You can either text me, you can book a 20-minute session to talk to me live, or you can either email me. Any of the way you'll be able to get to me, and I'll tell you how you can join my interview mastermind. And the benefit of joining my interview mastermind is that you're also in a group of other people that are learning. So you don't only get me to assess your resume and to help you build your case studies and to help you to practice. You're also in a group of other people that are doing the same thing. So the feedback is more like a 10x way of learning. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in this video is that many people lack the courage. Why do they lack the courage? They go into the job market when they're not prepared. And then when they land them a couple of questions, they cannot answer any of those. They feel like, oh, this is not for me. It is worth everything. Even if it's taking you a year, it is worth it. All you need is consistency and being able to understand that it's okay to make mistakes. But what do you do when you make mistakes? You learn, right? Now, before being a Scrum Master, I'm more into the business way of coaching. And Scrum Masters is more about a way of doing business. So which is the reason why some of my videos are going to be a bit more into the business side of Scrum Master. And when you can talk the business side of Scrum Master in your interview, you stand a chance of getting the position, right? Why? Because you don't just understand how to facilitate, you understand some of the business context. So the way you talk, the way you compose yourself, the way you're able to tweak questions to your favor is very important. All right. I thought this was very important to just go a bit deeper on this and elaborate it for you to be able to understand what can facilitate you to land a job. You don't need an IT background. You just need to understand what is in your resume and how to develop it further. Okay, before you go again, subscribe, share. If you have a question for me, drop it down. I am going to answer the question. If not, I'm going to see you in my next video. Thank you very much.